1908, the first Harley Davidson police motorcycle was delivered to the Detroit Police Department. From the onset, departments realized the tactical advantage these maneuverable machines offered. Harley Davidson and law enforcement have been at it well over 100 years. Pretty impressive track record. So much has changed since that first Harley Davidson police motorcycle was sold in 1908. Back then, only 144 miles of paved roads existed, so motorcycles made a lot of sense due to their off-road capabilities at the time. They outgunned any horse or car and handled much better. The first police bikes weren't anything special. In fact, they were the same as a civilian bike, just different paint and markings. All that changed in 1920. Why? Prohibition. You see, since police bikes and civilian bikes were the same, bootleggers were able to buy the newest Harley Davidson bikes that were faster than the older police models, giving the bootleggers a leg up in their mission. Also at this time, auto sales skyrocketed 162,000%. By 1923, 13 million cars were on the roads, thanks to the Model T launch back in 1908. So what did Harley Davidson do? They created a special police division of bikes with lights, sirens, and of course, more power. Now the need for Harley Davidson motorcycles was stronger than ever. By the end of the 20s, Harley Davidsons were being used by 3,000 police departments. The 1930s was a decade of innovation for Harley Davidson. 1931 bought the three-wheeled Cervicar with reverse controls. These were often used by meter maids when holding a stick to chalk tires to see if cars had moved and see if they were in violation. The 40s came and so did the war. While many efforts went to helping the war, Harley Davidson continued to innovate, moving from side valve technology to overhead valve engines. At this time, they also introduced fully armored motorcycles. As the 50s shuttered in, many cities formed special motorcycle squads to combat the huge speeding problem. The most famous of these being the Tennessee Yellow Jackets. They had special painted black and yellow bikes with matching uniforms. As Indian closed its doors in 1953, Harley Davidson was the sole U.S. motorcycle manufacturer, and it allowed them to expand even more. Harley Davidson dominated the police motorcycle segment until the 70s, when Kawasaki came along and stole some market share. The California Highway Patrol was the first to drop Harley Davidson for the newer, lighter, leaner Kawasaki. Harley Davidson fought hard for 10 years to regain their role as the leader in the police motorcycle market. The FXRP and the new Evo engine in 1985 really helped with this venture. The 80s and 90s rolled along and Harley Davidson still dominated the market. Fast forward to today, Harley Davidson can still be found in over 3,400 U.S. police departments and 45 foreign countries. Today, the Road King, Electroglide, and in some cases, the 883 are used. Today's bikes have performance upgrades, air ride adjustable seats, and tons of LED lights for increased safety. Even though Harley Davidson is still prominent in the police arena, many new players have gained market share. Some are the BMW 1250, the Kawasaki Concourse, and even Zero electric bikes for their stealthy, quiet advantage and no maintenance costs. And even though Indian got out of the game in 1953, they are now back in the fold under the Polaris umbrella. Are they foreshadowing a return to the police segment by recently trademarking a new model name called the Pursuit? We shall see, but until then, motorcycles and law enforcement have always worked hand in hand, and Harley Davidson has answered the bell every time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget,
I am Anonymous Biker USA.